I need a motion to exit executive session. I have a motion by Dr. Levitino. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Catherine Lopez. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All against? Passed. We're now out of executive session and moving into the regular session, regular board meeting today. Tulsa School District, number 22. Sorry about the wait. We were hashing out some information in executive session, and sorry you had to stay here so long and wait for us. We're going to get our computers running back up and running again, and then we'll start this regular session. Yes, ma'am. All right, sorry about the wait. We are now moving into the Pledge of Allegiance. So if you would all rise, please. Dr. Collins, you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, good job. Stay standing as we do the treasure hunter pledge. Start. As an adult and treasure hunter, I am committed to search for all the talent, skills, and intelligence that exists in all children and youth. I believe all children are capable of success, no exceptions. Moment of silence, please. Thank you. Be seated. Dr. Father, could you take the roll?
Mark Lindbergh,
Here.
Steve Forbright,
Here.
Anthony Leventino,
Here.
Ernie Lopez,
Here.
David Richter.
Here. Moving on. Stephen Forbright was appointed the Mount County School of Arts to serve 2 terms, beginning January 1st, 2025, and December 31st, 2026. And we now need to make sure that we get the oath of office. And while I'm doing that, I will have to have Mr. Forbright come up in front here and we'll issue the oath of office. All right. Mr. Forbright, the state of Arizona, Pinal County, state admin presiding. I, Stephen Forbright, do solemnly swear
I, Steve Corbett, do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution and laws of the state of Arizona,
and the Constitution and laws of the state of Arizona,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and defend them against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
and defend them against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
and that I will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties
and I will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties
of the office of the governing board member of Toltec School District,
of the office of governing board member of the Toltec School District,
according to the best of my abilities, so help me God.
according to the best of my ability, so help me God.
Thank you, Mr. Courtright. Very good. Now, the next one, due to the cancellation of election, Mr. Richter was appointed to the office of governing board member of Pinal County School to serve January 1st, 2025 to December 31st, 2028. I guess I'll come back to you. All right. Now, please repeat after me. The state of Arizona, Pinal County, I, David Richter,
I, David Richter,
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
do solemnly swear that I will defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution and laws of the state of Arizona,
and the Constitution and laws of the state of Arizona,
and I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and defend them against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
and defend them against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
and that I will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of the office of the governing board member of Toltec School District. Try again. I will faithfully and impartially discharge
I will faithfully and impartially discharge
the office of the governing board member of Toltec School District,
the office of governing board member for the Toltec School District,
according to the best of my ability, so help me God.
according to the best of my All right.
Congratulations. Now we're moving on to the approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion for the approval of the agenda? So moved. I have a motion by Captain Lopez. Do I have a second?
Second.
A second by Mr. Richter. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All against? Aye. Information. Next, we have information, action items. And A will be district superintendent search.
Mr. President, members of the board, at this point in the search process, I would recommend that you call for some motions to invite finalists to interview with the board and participate in a community forum.
The district search, we have come up with candidates for interview. And should we do this as a whole or each one individually?
I would recommend each one individually
All
for the record.
right. We have three. I'm trying to remember the name of the one.
So the way I would recommend you do this is that you would have a member of the board make a motion and include a name to invite to interview with the board.
Very good. We have three candidates, I can say that at least. Thanks so much. And I would like a motion, and this is no order whatsoever, it's just on the list right here. First one would be, do I have a motion to interview for superintendent, Dr. Michelle Papa?
So
I have Dr. Levitino, who's made a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second by Mr. Richter. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All against? Motion passed. I also have a Kevin St. John for superintendent, so that we may interview him. Do I have a motion to say no?
So moved.
I have a motion by Mr. Richter. Do I have a second? Second. A second by Dr. Levitino. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All against? Motion passed. Our third candidate for superintendent is Misty Tappan. Do I have a motion to interview Ms. Misty Tappan? I have a motion by Captain Lopez. Do I have a second? Second. I have a second, Mr. Courtwright. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All against? Motion passes. Yes. Now we're going to put into, we have a district superintendent position interview process and schedule. This, we may need to move the date. And I'm going to ask Dr. Levitino, will you be back by the 27th?
That's at the time of the meeting.
What time?
4 o'clock.
And everybody else, 27th, 4 o'clock.
It's gonna be really hard.
Can we move it to 5? We'll not start at 4, but we will start at 5. So 27th at 5 o'clock.
So that possibly will be a challenge to set up interviews with the addition of the community forum. Because I recommend an hour interview with each of your finalists, which would be 3 hours plus some time for break. And then community forum for an hour, hour and a half. So that would, and then have the board meet after, that would be a challenge for starting that meeting at 5 on the 27th. I have open 28th. Let me get my calendar. Would we be able to, because usually what I recommend is not only an hour, we schedule an hour for the interview, but you also have a district tour for your finalists. And you alternate so that someone's interviewing and the finalist is during that time doing a tour given by a staff member. So,
Wouldn't we be better served to hold interviews on a Saturday based on the schedule? The logistics of that, I guess, lack of a better word.
we had scheduled for a possible second interview on the 25th, but I don't believe the doctor will be available on the 25th. But
Actually, could that be the first interview then?
Timing could be difficult until once it's in the mid-afternoon. It's late afternoon. Another commitment that day.
I'm just thinking,
Or it's important enough that we have to have.
That Tuesday's wide open on the other hand. No, the 28th.
28th.
and what about separating more of that on that Saturday? So 25th for the forum, 8th for the interviews.
we may have been such a big group.
So the 25th, then would become community forum, and the 28th, then would become interviews that Tuesday. Because it sounds like part of the problem we're having is we're just doing whole
Exactly.
and doing it later in the day. But I think there's a need for the purpose of community engagement to have more. I feel that's a very important part of the process.
Does that work for you?
So you're looking at, so I'm clear, doing the forum on the 25th
Correct.
at what time?
I'll leave that open to the board members, and it's Saturday, every wide open.
Okay. Let's say 5 o'clock on Saturday, and then do your interviews with board on the 28th. Correct.
That'll work.
Yeah, I have both days. I locked in Saturday, and now, I do have the 28th open, so we could schedule it that way with your 3 finalists, to include,
Correct, and I cannot, I actually have not that day with that, or be a search like that. I'm sorry, I just thought about that, because talking, it makes sense, so not even like close.
so you can't do the 28th? Okay.
My apologies.
How about the 30th?
That should be doable.
Very good. No problem?
Okay.
We'll move to the 30th. So we have 25th and 30th.
The 25th for your forum,
Yes.
and then the 30th for your interview schedule and deliberations and possibly making a decision.
Exactly.
Okay. And I'll work with your superintendent on creating a schedule. If you trust me to do that, which would include a hour tour of the district for each of your finals. Works. We good? Okay. Great. I think that was an information item.
Yes, they're all.
Okay. I believe the next item is,
District superintendent position interview.
right. So, what I'd like the board to do, and I have some things that emerged from the survey. And some things that emerged from your posting. But I would like, if the board would be so kind, would be to give me some additional themes, and then I will develop questions, and then the board, prior to the interviews in exec session, will review those questions. So,
One person was, why would you pick Tolkien? Why do you want to come here? What's your reason?
other themes.
Anyone else?
And again, keep them to themes so that we have a fair process when it gets to those questions. I would recommend that the board request in advance, let the finalists develop a 90-day plan and provide a one-page summary that would be reviewed by the finalists during that interview time. And they would be, if the board is good with that, I would let them know when I contact your finalists either tonight or tomorrow. So that would be the one specific advance preparation that they would do, along with sending the survey results.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Similarly, I would like to speak to teacher recruitment, and that is something that has been an issue statewide, especially here in Bolton. And then a second one, is meeting the needs of our special needs students, especially as we part of our later agenda item. You know, really making sure that when they come here, they realize that it's a high population, relatively high population, special needs realities. And the programs we have here.
Great, thank you. Any other themes?
Anyone?
And again, I will prepare questions based on themes that emerged from the survey and from the profile. Okay, very good. Thank you.
Thanks. All right. We're moving on to the number 4, consent agenda items. I need a motion for the approval of the action consent items. So moved. I have a motion by Dr. Luchino. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Captain Lopez. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All against? Motion passes. Now we get the most important part of the whole thing. That's why you people are here. Recognitions. Yeah, let's have this. Let's start. Principal taxes.
Hi, good evening. My name is Ms. Tapia, I'm principal here at ACES, but I will also be doing recognitions for Toltec. So we will go ahead and get started with Arizona City Elementary. If I can please call our first certified treasure hunter of the month up, Ms. Elaine Mathias. Ms. Mathias has been a valued member of the ACES team for several years. She manages over 70 students in small groups throughout the day. Even though she has a large caseload, she knows exactly what each of her students' needs are. Her commitment to daily attendance and ensuring to meet with all required students is truly outstanding. It's clear that she prioritizes building consistency and connection, which greatly benefits our students' learning and growth. Ms. Mathias' dedication does not go unnoticed, and it's inspiring to see the positive impact you are making every day. Thank you for your hard work and for going above and beyond for ACES.
Start this way. It works. Congratulations.
Okay, we are moving on to our classified treasure hunter of the month, Miss Tiffany Dean. Please come on up here. We are incredibly fortunate to have Miss Tiffany Dean in our EDPD program. She is exceptionally kind and caring towards everyone. She consistently checks in on us to ensure we're doing well, never forgetting to ask about our day and the kids' day too. Her dedication to her job is evident, as she is always present and performing excellent in disciplining and teaching the kids. Miss Tiffany's warmth and attentiveness creates a welcoming environment. She has a unique ability to make each person feel seen and appreciated. Whether through a kind word, a thoughtful gesture, or simply her genuine interest in our well-being. On birthdays, especially the kids, she goes out of her way to celebrate, often buying food and a gift to make their day special. Even on regular days, she makes everyone feel valued and special. Her positive energy is contagious, and she inspires us all to be more caring and considerate. We truly cherish her presence and the joy she brings. Okay, and our first Bulldog of the month, we have Katie Fisher here. Come on up, Katie. Okay, so Miss Katie, she is in kindergarten. She is always ready to help a friend with whatever they need. Katie also makes time to play with her classmates on the playground. She is very helpful in the classroom when it comes to passing papers out, sharpening her classmates' pencils, and cleaning up trash that's left on the floor. She is an amazing help. Our next Bulldog of the month is Santiago Acosta. Can you come on up over here tonight? Oh, I don't see him. Okay. What about Aiden Mullins? No, okay. And Dalen Wright, I know you're here tonight. Dalen is actually our kid at Hope for Arizona City Elementary. Dalen currently serves as our student council president. He stepped and volunteered when no one else showed an interest or wanted to serve, as he did the year before when no one in his grade band wanted to be a representative. Dalen recognizes the importance of all students' voices being heard and was willing to sacrifice his time to make sure students were heard. We have watched through the years. He checks in on staff and fellow students to see how things are going. He inquires if he sees a problem and asks, what can we do to help? Dalen is a responsible, kind, caring individual who is quietly trying to improve everyone's life and experience here at ACES. Thank you, Dalen, for everything you have done and all your hard work to improve things. Thank you, David. Okay, we will now move into Toltec Elementary School recognitions. If we will go ahead and start with their Kid at Hope. Is Catalina Washington here tonight? Oh, okay, so our next one, our Tiger of the Month, Tatiana Munoz. Come on out. Tatiana works very hard to improve her skills in both math and reading. She is always willing to help her peers if they need assistance or even a friendly face. She is kind to everyone and respectful to staff. She is always following directions and she is a great role model to others. Thank you, Tatiana. Our next Tiger of the Month, we have Esperanza Castillo Laro here today. Okay. I will, and also for Toltec, the classified treasure hunter, unfortunately she could not make it either, but that will go to Miss Denise Lara. And finally for our certified, we have Dolores Urciaga here. Come on up, Dolores. For Toltec, their treasure hunter of the month is Miss Urciaga. She is an outstanding teacher with a passion for teaching students. She always has a smile on her face. She is personable, energetic, and a team player. Miss Urciaga's students are excelling in her class because of her excellent teaching skills. She is patient, loving, and kind. She also has great communication with her students' families. Miss Urciaga is truly one of a kind and a blessing to our campus.
So I'm Dr. Michelle Coppin, and I'm the Director of Curriculum and Instruction. So I'm filling in for Mrs. Rogers tonight. She wanted to be here but wasn't feeling well. So we would like for the district office, we have our treasure hunter of the month is David Wheeler. Our finance director. So David has been working tirelessly getting ready for our audit. He's had a huge learning curve of learning what school finance looks like when you're in the business world. It's a little bit different. So thank you for all your hard work. And I know that Mrs. Rogers wanted to be here to tell you personally about that. So thank you very much. Yes. So the next organizations and groups of people that we would like to recognize, our community support is essential for our school community. And we are recognizing St. Peter's Episcopal Church and Las Colinas RV Resort for donating Thanksgiving and Christmas dinners for families in need, and also have the Angel Tree Christmas gifts for Toltec Elementary School. So may I have the representatives from St. Peter's Episcopal Church and Las Colinas RV Resort? Thank you. You're all together? Okay.
Get the right angle.
Thank you so much. Definitely. Thank you so much.
So, Treasure Hunter of the Month, January, under Special Education Department, is awarded to Miss Maggie Michelle. Okay, so Miss Michelle is a dedicated and caring educator who consistently goes the extra mile to support her students. She's not only provides academic guidance and instruction, but also puts her heart into helping them succeed in every aspect of their lives. So Miss Michelle's commitment to her students is evident in her meticulous attention to detail with reporting on her IEP to ensure compliance with the guidelines set forth in Arizona Department of Education. Her dedications to her students' well-being and academic success sets her apart as a teacher who truly cares about the individual needs of each student in her classroom. So congratulations, Mrs. Michelle.
always welcome our governing board meetings, but please feel free to stay or be dismissed at this time. I know if you solely intended for the recognition portion to be, I'd like you to be excused at this time, if you wish to be. And we understand you have busy schedules and times to attend to the children and things. So congratulations to all who recognize, and thank you very much for being part of the school district here at Toltec. Oh. All right, moving on to the information discussion items, number 6A, superintendent summary.
So Mr. Rogers has, for the upcoming calendar, that Civil Rights Day is January 2nd, or January, 20th, no school. Our district spelling bee, January 23rd on the ACES campus at 9 a.m. Arizona City Elementary School was selected for the National Assessment of Educational Progress. The acronym is NAEP. Pilot test for grade 8 students. The NAEP will be giving the assessment on the 4th of February. Pinal County Superintendent Jill Broussard is hosting a 2-day training for governing board members free of charge. The training will be held on Saturday, February 22nd, 2025, and Saturday, March 1st, 2025, from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Let Superintendent Rogers know if you would like to be registered. The opportunity to hire a highly qualified teacher to oversee gifted instruction within the district presented itself over the Christmas break. Mrs. Rogers is very excited about the ability to meet the needs of our students who are gifted with a pull-out program and to begin a Junior National Honor Society. Emphasis on academic excellence has been a goal of hers, and she is very excited to see this particular objective come to fruition. Is it possible to introduce her? She's here today.
Please.
Yes. Where's Miss Lorna? The- So today was her first day, and so she survived and she's still smiling.
She's still here.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Moving on. The information discussion items B, the finance report.
Right. We are on track for budget through December. Our M&O expenditures are on track, as well as building the reserve for next year. Our restricted capital is in line with expectations, as well as the carry forward that we expect. One item of note is we did purchase a large number of laptops, 325 of them, as part of our every 4-year refresh. So we're going through that process now, along with KG. So, just so that we can have the proven software and hardware for our kids as we move forward, so that they're not falling behind in that aspect. As Dr. Popham mentioned, we did start the audit today, and so far things are going just fine.
Excellent.
Yep.
Any questions? It sounds good. Any questions, though?
Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to information discussion items. Airport School Facilities Division application report. Ms. Ferguson.
TESF gym, so we now have two bids, not bids, quotes that came in, and, one company's coming in tomorrow, and they may not have to replace it, they may try to just fix it, which would be awesome, so Jason will let us know as soon as, they get through with the meeting tomorrow.
All right.
But, we have a lot, well, a lot less than it was originally. When we originally started with
Yeah,
this, I mean, a lot less, and these guys are ready to go, and one of the companies said that 11 weeks, we have it. Remember, last time it was like 30 weeks, 40 weeks,
Yes.
so, I'm
Well,
happy
is
to,
cut back.
absolutely, and a lot less expensive.
Let's go.
Okay. The weatherization, and this topic, I'm sorry, I'm trying, this is topic. It's almost finished and we were this close, and, yeah, we had the irrigation problems. And so they're having to now saw and cut the new slab.
We could just put up,
That they
but I
just
just
put
walked
down.
past and
Yes, yes. We turned everything on and Jason was digging out there, they found boxes that were buried and anyway, it's getting fixed this week. Tomorrow I'll be here in the morning to find out exactly what's going on. And, I did notice just a while ago that I walked out in the bathroom, in front of the bathroom, the slab, and it was angled towards the door, it should be angled out the other way so that the water doesn't come in to the building. So they had cut that and they had taken that out and they're gonna pour that. They're gonna re-pour. So
call me tomorrow.
I will. But it's this close. The flashing is just, it looks beautiful out there. But it's,
Yeah, I know, I looked,
it's beautiful. So Ms. Tommy, hopefully by the end of this week. I know I keep saying that, and she gets so excited. Any questions?
get that done.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. I know, I have control.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Now we're going to accountability at a glance. Dr. Cotton.
So even though there are only two bullet points, there's a lot within them. But we will be starting our Azella reassessment. So those students for English language learners will be starting on the reassessments. It's not on 1/9. So that's that's an incorrect date. It'll start at the end of January and we'll continue with, because we have spring break, we have 2 weeks, we have to get our stuff done by March 6th.
Yeah.
And then the English language arts curriculum adoption is, we're in the thick of it. We have some samples and the team should be narrowing the options on the 27th of January.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so we're getting closer to that, to having it on display for the 60 days.
Understand, I know you guys are working hard.
Yes.
So excellent, excellent.
So those are the main things.
Thank you. And now, it is special education updates. Ron,
So then, I have copied to share with you some updates from our special education department. So first, Mr. Errol Sable, our newly hired special education teacher, reported for duty last January 6th. So he will be teaching and overseeing a new class for students with emotional behavioral disabilities on the Dalton Elementary School campus. And he's here tonight, so I want to introduce Mr. Dave Sabo. Second, newly hired teachers and paraprofessionals at Dalton Elementary School underwent medical repair created by Mrs. Teresa Amos for 3 weeks this past week. So thank you so much, Ms. Teresa Amos, for doing the training for our new teachers and paraprofessionals. So third, students who were placed at Southwest Education Center were transitioned back to our school district beginning today. Yes. And Mr. Sapler is supervising that class. And last, so I'm so glad and happy to introduce Dr. Lorna Villarreal, a newly hired district gifted teacher and coordinator, started with us today. And this is a new position that will provide educational opportunities for our students who are in the gifted category. And we are excited about the program. Thank you.
Very good, thank you, Ron. All right, we're moving on to information discussion item F, reading policy procedure revision. All right, January 2025, the trust model policy procedures suggested updates. The policy 5-23, students with disabilities individuals with Disabilities Education Act, IG. The Arizona State Board of Education approved a rule change on October 21st, 2024 that impacts secondary transition services requiring an individualized education program, the IEPs. Even though the rule change is specific to the high school students, it is a good idea to align this policy with the rule expectations since it is one of our policies. We also have policy 1-301, rules of order. Policy 5-244, Students with Disabilities Procedure Safeguards, Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, and policy 5-408, hazing prevention. The trust is recommending revisions to the 3 policies listed to improve clarity and style of conformity. Procedures 5-306, student discipline, suspension procedures. Procedures 5-306B, student discipline, expulsion procedures. The trust is recommending dividing the existing procedure 5-306A into 2 separate procedures to address the student suspension and student expulsion respectively. And that's really attachments update. And recommended additions are noted in bold and deletions are noted in strike throughs on the bold type. And the clean version do not note additional deletions. So if there's any questions on these, this is just our first reading, and we'll go through those, and will be brought back up in our next meeting. If there's any questions about that, please speak to Ms. Rogers. If there are no questions, I'm going to be moving on to call the public number 7. They're called the public, and we'll call the public. Action items. Qualified teacher evaluator revision resolution. Now, ARS 15-527 requires appointment of qualified teacher evaluators. You can see the attachments. The revision resolution attachment below designates the following highly qualified teacher evaluators for the 2024-2025 school years. And they include Nicole Hall, Ron Morgan, Michelle Poppett, and Misty Cat. This revision is necessary for you to former ed. And if I can have a motion for these, this revision to remove the two former and put the two current administrators. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
I have a motion. I got the letter to I have a second. Second by Mr. Ricker. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All against? Motion passes. Moving on to the governing board president election. First, we have to, the members, the school board members, have to nominate someone for board president. Then the nominee has to accept or decline the nomination, and then a vote by all, including nomination.
I nominate Mark Lee.
The one thing I have to say is I believe that others should be thought about before naming me, because I am the president. I've been president for quite a while, and I'm just thinking that there are other people out there that may do this job. You're all more educated than I am. I sit up here every day and I look at you guys, and I have very bright board members, very bright. And I'm not the only board member that could do this.
So noted, I nominate Mark Lee.
My wife's gonna kill me, but yes, if that's right now we need some, still some stability in what we're looking for as a superintendent. I can't step away from that responsibility. It's been a great responsibility for years, and I need to finish this out. So, in my painful having to accept it because my wife will kill me, I will accept that nomination. Do I have a motion? I have a motion by Captain Lopez. Do I have a second? A second by Mr. Fortright. All in favor say aye. Aye. All against? Motion passes. We have election time for governing board clerk. You have to read this again, I guess. To nominate the board member to serve as board clerk, nomination, both all participate, including the nominee.
Nominated Dave Ricker.
Nomination. David Ricker. I accept. David Ricker accepts. Any other nominations? Do I have a motion for David Ricker to be governing board clerk? I have a motion by Mr. Courtwright. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. I have a second by Captain Lopez. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All against? Motion passes. Moving on to the closing of the meeting, we have the next meeting date, which will be February 10th. The 3rd is President's Day, so the second Monday would be the best, I think. Is everybody in agreement with the 10th? Okay, so moved. We have the next meeting date set at February 10th. Exactly. And the next thing I have is, yes, I and adjournment of the meeting, I have a motion by Captain Lopez. Do I have a second? I have a second by Mr. Richter. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All against? Motion passes. We are adjourned at this time. Thank you, everybody.